Please.
I never came for you. I just didn't allow you to lie to me. That's all
It
that
wasn't
happened.
a lie. It was
It
more
was.
so of no, 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 no.
Yes.
So if you would have said how many people I laid down with, that's a
I
different
never say
story.
that, Roma. Why would I say
Exactly.
that?
But if you were to say how many people you had, children with,
I
I would
said that.
say
How many kids' dads do you have?
exactly. And I will always consider my ex-husband as my daughter's that's about to be 21 years old father.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
But God is working on me. Okay, let's
Working
continue.
on us.
He's working on me.
I'd ask that you all gear up for this one because of the amount of lies and delusional requests from Kendra's guest. I quickly label people like this dangerous, but this is absolutely going to be a fun one because I really don't think she is mentally stable enough to be looking for a relationship right now, especially not with a good and hardworking man. She would be the death of him. The only relationship she needs to be in with is Jesus Christ to get her right. But she later exposed herself as a flat out liar in the end. I also think that Kendra lately has been getting a taste of the types of insane, delusional women like the guest she has on that men have been talking about for decades. So I just want us to acknowledge her for that because having to entertain empty vessels like this. Anyways, enough said. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. So without delays, let's get at it.
Do you have any kids?
I have 4.
Okay, how old are your 4 kids?
20, she's about to be 21, 16, 13, and 2.
Okay, all by the same man?
Uh, 2.
2. Why you not with the
Yes.
man you had a baby with 2 years ago?
Uh, Girl, I say chronic alcoholic, chronic DWI person. Yeah,
How many kids you have by him?
I have 1 by him.
1. Okay, and the other one are by 3 other what? So you have 3 by 1 and then 1 by 1.
Yes, and the others are by my ex-husband.
I was to say, have you been married? So you're divorced. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. And what's your zodiac sign, Roma?
Scorpio.
I wonder why they asked that. I don't know, but already sounds like bad business to me.
Scorpio. Okay. So we got Roma Philly, 36 Scorpio, works for a nonprofit. She's divorced, 3 by her ex-husband, and then 1 kid by another gentleman.
4 kids, 2 different men, 2 different relationships, 4 degrees, and working on a PhD. And she said she's dated men that have earned over $250K a year. Let me see what my boy thinks.
A bullshit?
Yeah, he smells lies in the air.
All right, let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, Roma?
All right, here we go. Yeah.
So I am 5'9". So somebody that is taller than me. African American. I've always been in a role that consists of 6 figures. I'm a doctoral student.
You get it?
I'm working on my 4th degree. Somebody that is more, or at least equal to an intellectual,
If you don't get it, forget about it.
on top of everything that I have going on with myself. Um, and that's about it. Just
So we
African
kind of
American.
got there early. We kind of got here early, so let me just get in it.
Yeah.
Do we got to make a certain amount of money?
So over 6 figures, yes.
Over 6 figures is a millionaire because that would be 7 figures.
Yeah.
So you want to be a
So
millionaire?
not a millionaire. I am more so equated to the 250 range.
Okay. So the 2-year-old dad made 250K.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So she did. So she did have that, and then your ex-husband, I'm assuming, made 250K.
Yes, he's a therapist.
Okay. All right. Well, one thing for sure, and she had it twice. So moving forward, you want a man that's 6 feet and make at least 250K.
Yes.
Now well, we're already on social media, and if you're familiar with my show, you know they're going to talk about this girl. So what would you say? What would you say to? Because now this is interesting. So you had 3 kids, and then you met
4.
a man that made 250K, and he didn't mind that you had 3 kids.
I have 4 kids currently.
No,
right
I'm
now.
saying, but before you had 4 kids, you met a man and you had 3 by your
No,
ex-husband, right?
I met a man and I had 1, and he took on that one person that was literally 3 months old.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm confused. So
Yeah.
the
Yes.
2-year-old, I thought was you only had 1 kid by.
Okay, so let me reiterate, okay?
Like the saying goes, this is going to be good.
So I have currently a person that is about to be 21 years old. She is in North Carolina right now. She's doing well for herself. I have 2 kids by one man that has taken care of my almost 21-year-old.
Okay, but Roma, let me ask this question. How
Okay.
many men do you have kids by?
Okay, so sperm donor wise, because I know how you are, is 3.
What?
No,
Yes.
it's not how I am. It's an easy question. How many kids do you
It's
have?
totally easy. Yes, 3 kids. Well,
Okay, so
4
stop
kids.
right there. That's not what you said in the beginning. In the beginning, you said you had 2 kids. You said it was 2 men. You didn't say 3.
Okay, so I have 4 kids by 3 different men.
Okay, so in the beginning you lied because I asked you that question and you said
I
2.
wouldn't say I lied. It's because
It's a lie
I
because
looked
that's
at.
not the answer. So what would
Okay,
it be?
so I had to reiterate myself when it became to what you wanted to say.
She only asked you a simple question because a PhD lady initially only disclosed 2 men, but proceeded to making the answer very complex. When she disclosed her first kid, raised by the second man she married, that's where the confusion comes in, and all Kendra was asking for is the number of men she's had children by. She didn't want to acknowledge the first father of the 21-year-old, so she did lie. And if context is warranted for not wanting to acknowledge him, then let us know. So I'm sure Kendra's delivery didn't seat well with her because she is used to getting away with the white lie BS.
So let me put it this way, okay?
Well,
So
hold
I
on, Roma, real
had
quick. You keep saying
wait,
what
I
I want
had
you
a
to.
child at 14 years old. Okay, so I had a child at 14 years old, and then I met somebody at 15, and he took on my child at 14 years old. Okay.
Okay, but hold on real quick. I don't want to be hostile, but I want to correct you.
Well, you
It's
are
not that.
hostile, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, you said what?
I said you are hostile, and I'm
No,
fine with
no,
that.
you're. Well, here's the thing, Roma.
I already knew Kendra was in for a treat, but that's why I told y'all to get the popcorn ready. I mean, having to deal with an entitled woman like this, let alone be married to her, as we can all see, she is very unruly and disrespectful.
I'm not hostile. What I'm not going to do is allow you to lie to me and then make it
It's
my
not
fault.
lying. It's when you're married with someone for so long, and that person take on your child. You honestly, I want to say forget, but my ex-husband took care of the child that I had at 14 years old. So I have 4 children by 3 different men, and that's where it is.
So let me jump in. I'm not hostile. What I'm not going to allow you to do is lie. So I have to correct the lie. So the question is, at the end of the day, I just asked you a simple question. How many kids do you have by? You said 2. That's not the answer. So you're not going to call me hostile. I'm just correcting the fact and exposing the fact you lied to me. That's all that it is. We wouldn't even be here this long had you just told me it was 3 men and we would have kept going. But
So
now it becomes
let's
hostile.
keep going.
But it,
Like the saying goes, this is going to be good. I mean, we have a lady here who can't keep her mixed messages in order. Mm-hmm. How are you going to say to the host of her show, let's keep going like it's your show? Do you see how entitled this woman is with another woman on her platform? Yeah. Just imagine what it would look like for any man having to deal with an entitled woman like this, let alone be married to her. As we can all see, she is very unruly and disrespectful.
I have 4 children.
It becomes hostile because I'm not going to allow you to make it seem like I'm the bad guy. I'm not the bad guy.
I didn't say you were the bad guy.
Okay.
Look, we all know this lady has no pinch of accountability in her bone. People like this never do or say anything wrong. which is why Kendra had to be clear on calling her out for her lies, while I'm a PhD lady is trying to replace accountability with deflecting. By calling Kendra hostile, when Kendra is simply calling out her bluffs, she is the type that don't listen to respond accordingly. She'd rather focus on selective words, especially if they deem it offensive, to refute accountability. She just told Kendra, "You are hostile," and I'm cool with that. But then in another sentence said, "I never said you are the bad guy." There are women like this who are very good at manipulating words in a conversation to make it swampy to refute accountability. But I digress.
I did not say that.
Okay, so now I'm kind of confused. So let me just understand. So
I'll help
it's three
you.
men. It's three men, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the first child was like a high school sweetheart.
Yes.
Okay. So the second baby daddy, that's the one that made 250K.
They all made 250K.
So the 14-year-old, he made 250K too.
Yes.
When you were 14 or when he got older?
No, when we were 14.
Again, she can't keep her story straight. Even Kendra is confused and finding it difficult to resonate with her responses. On top of the fact that she is unruly, her fabricated lies aren't adding up.
It's three men, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, I'm sure we all heard Kendra's clarifying questions, right? She asked Roma, "Now we know that there are 3 baby daddies." And Roma confirmed yes.
So the first child was like a high school sweetheart.
I'm a PhD lady, confirmed again.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, seems like we are making a headway to the truth, right? Now, listen to Kendra's next question.
So the second baby daddy, that's the one that made 250K.
She just wanted to be clear on who Roma was referring to that made 250K, so it would only make sense for Kendra to lead with a follow-up question like that. Perhaps Roma could be referring to the second baby daddy she married who made 250K.
They all made 250K.
So the 14-year-old, he made 250K too.
Yes.
When you were 14 or when he got older?
No, when we were 14.
So fascinating on how far the mindset of a narcissist and a habitual pathetic liar can elude. There's no way any reasonable mind would resonate with this lady. Her high school sweetheart, the father of the almost 21 years old, made 250K at the age of 14.
I'm just curious. How
Yes.
old was he?
How old is he? Older.
How old was he when you got pregnant at 14?
Older.
Which still wasn't making sense to Kendra, but see what she did there.
You don't want to share. You don't want to share the age.
I cannot share that because my daughter is about to be 21 years old, and I refuse to put him in that predicament when he is a older, successful man.
Okay. Okay. So you have 3 baby daddies, and they
Yes.
all made 250K each.
Yes.
Okay.
Kendra won't have to do all this twist and turn in order to get to the bottom of this. I mean, had she been honest from the jump, 3 baby daddies with 4 kids, I don't think she would be at a point where she feels exposed. However, Roma voluntarily gave up that info out of frustration, so even if Kendra wanted to go in depth as to who, why, what, and when, rightfully so. At this point, her integrity is shot. Can't even take her serious at this point. And also lets, how she either does not listen very well or just bad at lying when she feels exposed. And these are the sentiments of most people like her.
You told me you were divorced. Who did you marry?
I married the second child, or the second and third.
Okay. So the second and third child's father is the one that you married?
The therapist, yes.
Oh, he was a therapist. Gotcha. What did the older man do, your first child's father?
I cannot disclose that, and I won't disclose that ever.
Okay, that's fine. And the third child's father, can you disclose what he did?
He is currently a psychiatric nurse in a rehabilitation.
Gotcha. Okay.
Again, I can't even believe a word from this lady. I mean, she says she won't disclose what the father of the first kid does, and I don't think she even knows anything now about that man, especially since going their separate ways. Remember, she refused to even acknowledge his existence at first and said the second man she married raised her first kid, which invokes my critical thinking that she probably lied to her first kid about her biological father and closed that chapter. Per my observation, I see she is perhaps upset that Kendra is questioning her about it. Because as you can see, She didn't hesitate to announce her ex-husband's profession because it does align with who would be making that type of amount. See the difference. Anyways, let's see if Kendra can get any more truth out of this lady.
All right. So how we got here was the request. So
Yep.
ultimately, the fourth man be over 6 feet and make at least 250K.
At least.
At least. Okay. Now, what would you say to a person that would say, they're going to say, oh, that's unrealistic. You have 4 kids, 3 men. What would you say to that?
I mean, that's their prerogative. Right now, I'm really okay with where I am in life. I relocated from Texas back to Philly. I'm doing well for myself. I have my own business, actually 2 of them. But if they were to say that they have an issue with it, so long.
Okay. And would you date a man that made less than 250K?
I'm okay with it. Yes.
Oh, you would date a man that makes. So what's the lowest
Definitely.
amount you would date?
Around 80.
Okay, 80. So 250K is preferred, but
Prefer.
80 is the lowest.
Yes.
Could he have children?
Yes.
Do you want more kids?
No.
You don't want more kids. Okay.
No.
So, okay, we kind of got there early. So now what are deal breakers?
Deal breakers are someone who is a chronic liar.
What did you say?
I do have multiple degrees in psychology. I can pinpoint someone out that is a liar or who is someone that is fabricating the truth.
You should be quiet.
No, girl,
Um,
I'm sorry I got to jump in, but that's exactly what you just did.
Actually, you didn't give me the space to explain
I
myself.
did give you the
So now,
space. I gave
no,
you the
you
space
did
when I
not.
asked you how many kids you had by. You could have said 3. You literally
Honestly, I would have said 3.
Yeah,
Are you gonna let me talk right now? And you're gonna sit there and
This is funny.
Kendra,
Roma, you literally just talked about a chronic liar, and that's exactly what you just did to our
chronic.
kids. Yes. You said I
Chronic
could
is
think out
not
a
true.
lie.
When someone comes into your life, when you are raped at the age of 14 and takes over your children, and you look at that person as a father figure, and that person still takes care of your child. Okay?
Well, there she goes again. This educated PhD lady can't even get her mixed messages in order, let alone write.
Well, let me jump to this. Obviously, we don't want to go deep with that story.
I will go deep with that because you can Google me and you can LinkedIn me and you can find out the truth.
Google you and LinkedIn you to find out what truth. This ish she just said is on your LinkedIn? I mean, is on her LinkedIn? I don't get it unless the spill she just gave is on Wikipedia. How is she requesting for something she has no idea of from another human being?
The point of first of all, I want to say this because when it gets there, obviously, I'm sorry you went through that. But at the end of the day, I'm quite sure you're familiar with my show. This is not the first time you watching my show, right? So you know when I ask that question because there's levels to me asking that question.
There are 2 men that will come at your neck about my children, not 3.
First of all, ain't nobody coming at my
Not
neck.
yours, but I'm saying the person that I am dealing with. But there are 2 men that are active role models of my children.
This lady is a chronic liar. And I think by now we've been able to reach a conclusion that she needs to be far away from anything relationship. She is bad for business.
As opposed to 3. So the first child would never be a factor because that first man has never signed a birth certificate. He wasn't there. And my ex-husband was there. So my ex-husband played that role of someone that took the father figure of my almost 21-year-old that is now highly successful in North Carolina, and she's great. So
listen, there's nothing.
I understand where you're coming from as a publicist and as somebody that is in the social media publicist.
Who's the publicist?
I mean, you're public, right?
Oh, you said I'm not a publicist though. I'm a journalist that hosts a dating show.
So you're a journalist.
Yeah, so I just asked the questions. I just want the
And
truth.
I'm correcting you.
No, well, well, here's the thing, Roma. First of
Roma.
all, again, I'm sorry what you went through in your past. I felt like I'm quite sure this is year 6. You've seen my show a few times, correct?
I mean, if you want that
No, I'm
audacity,
Roma. I'm just asking you questions, girl.
She is a
girl,
handful.
yeah, it's not my first time. Sorry.
Okay, so with that being said, I've been doing the show for 6 years.
I know.
So when I ask that question, it's the same question I've asked for 6 years.
Right.
And the only reason we went down this dark road, because had you just said
It's not dark.
well, I don't like what you went through in the past. I
I
feel
mean, it's
like
not
that's
dark.
dark. Huh?
It's not dark. At the end of the day, I love God, and it's not dark.
Well, y'all heard it from her first. I mean, just the need to be right is a drug.
Okay, well, either way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing 10 toes down on, had you just in the beginning answered the question about the 3 men, then we wouldn't have had the back and forth that we had and the confusion, because I was under the impression, because I was going to ask you questions as I did pertaining to that, but
Right.
we're now moving forward. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
That's it. I'm just going to let the video play.
But God is working on me, child. Okay, let's continue.
Working on us.
He's working on me. He's working.
No, you can come for me. Like, I'm fine with it.
No, Roma. This is what I don't like. This is what I don't like about this.
Please.
I never came for you. I just didn't allow you to lie to me. That's all.
It wasn't a lie. It was more so of no.
Yes.
So if you would have said how many people I laid down with, that's a different story.
I never say that, Roma. Why
exactly.
would I say that?
But if you were to say how many people you had, children with, I would say
how many kids' dads do you have?
exactly. And I will always consider my ex-husband as my daughter's that's about to be 21 years old father.
But this is why I asked you if you are familiar with my show, because
I am familiar, but you asked a blank question and I answered it.
Miss, I have 4 degrees. I'm a PhD. Dr. Cheyenne Bryant needs to come get her cousin. Mm-hmm. They all need to go back to real university.
Well, so since you're familiar with my show, you knew what I meant when I asked that question.
But other people didn't mean, or other people didn't know. So
other people didn't know what
you meant.
Did he look a certain way?
I stated over 6 feet because I'm 5'9", African American. I stated the range of salary.
I didn't ask about, look a certain way usually is, you can add height.
Yeah. But when
it's about what?
When you make a certain range, you look a certain way.
I mean, I can understand the general consensus of the mindset that thinks that way, that certain tax bracket makes you look a certain way. But in real life, I know a lot of guys who are extremely financially buoyant. They invest in real estate, cars, Rolex. But on a normal day, they look so simple, love to do yard work, get their hands dirty and all that. They don't even care to impress anyone. Don't get me wrong. We sometimes be at the cigar lounge or weddings. Perhaps you'll definitely know when you see them, not just by outfits or cars they drive. However, it's a known fact that we are the biggest consumers on this planet, especially on irrelevant things that does not yield returns or appreciate. Tax seasons is a de facto example. So I can resonate with how her mindset translates to what she's looking for in real life.
That question, I said that we look a certain way. That's the next question. So the question is, does she look a certain way? Like complexion, tall, slim, you going forward. This question right now is, should he look a certain way?
Lighter than me, over 6 feet.
Okay. We already got to the money question. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay.
Okay, we see you, girl.
A little bit.
A little bit what?
I said a little bit because I'm on my weight loss journey, so I'm a little bit.
Okay. Should he? We already did that. When was your last relationship?
A month ago.
Oh, you just ended a relationship a month ago. Is it over?
Over.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask, when's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A month ago.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Someone who is a chronic liar. Someone who is shorter than me. So I'm 5'9", so someone who is 5'9" or shorter. And someone who is unemployed.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
So I feel as though that you are short tempered right now, so I'm gonna keep this short.
Matter of fact, I'm already running out of patience.
Who's short tempered?
You are, girl. It's fine. I know. I love
it. Why am I short tempered? Because I'm asking you the questions and I'm allowing you to answer them. So now if I go back and forth with you, I'm aggressive, I'm all those things. Now I'm asking you the questions. I'm short tempered. You don't take responsibility. Which way you want it, girl? You want
I
me
don't
to
take
argue with you?
responsibility.
You want me?
Let's
I'm giving you the
responsibility
courtesy
part.
of allowing you to answer the questions with no rebuttal. And now I'm short tempered. What
Maybe
responsibility do you have, Roma?
all of them. That's why I'm answering your questions.
No, I want to know, what energy do you think you brought to this? Because I gave you 3 different versions of Kendra. The last Kendra, I'm just allowing you to answer, and then you came back.
The
So I
last
want to know.
Kendra is the responsible
I
Kendra.
want to know, what responsibility do you think you brought to this interview?
I'm gonna be respectful. So the last Kendra was the professional Kendra, the journalist Kendra. The
But you
second
just called her
Kendra.
short tempered, but then you called her short tempered.
Can you
So
let me
which one
finish
you
my
want?
answer? You would
Huh?
not let me finish my answer.
I was letting you finish your answers, and then you called me short tempered.
I said,
So now it's like, I don't know which Kendra you want. Because you can get
ooh,
all the Kendras.
I want them.
Child, let me do this. I should have hung up on your ass a long time ago.
Like I stated earlier, she is bad business. Y'all heard it first from her. She just told Kendra to bring all the Kendras. I don't think she came to find love, perhaps more so clout. Anyways, ladies and gents, she is not even worth the risk. And I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up or down. Any interaction to my analysis would suffice. But I'd really like to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I appreciate and love you guys.